Right, so I've got a whole load of these Lincoln High Rod 7018s. I've had them for a while. They've been in the cupboard and they've got damp and they're no good. I have tried drying some, but they don't run properly, so I'm chucking them out. It's criminal. These are really expensive as well. Okay, I've got a new packet here, vacuum packed 7018 H4R, moisture resistant apparently. Right, so it's just a bit of a plodding exercise now. I'm going to go round. It's going to take at least 3 goes, I think. So I'm doing my first pass while it's still hot from the root run. This is where it'd be really nice to have one of those turntable thingies. I haven't got one. So I'm just running 7018 at 90 amps to start with. So these rods are a little bit awkward. They're not very forgiving at all. See, they're difficult to restrike. Here, I was struggling to restrike it, got it, stuck the rod, tried to carry on, got in the puddle. The flux goes into a right grump with you if you're not ahead of your puddle, and I ended up with a big blob there, and that's got to come out. Wasn't as bad as I thought. Just leave it like that and go over it with the next run. The new rod strikes up fine. Right, this is the first of my second pass. I think probably gonna have to do 4 runs, sorry. That's 2 runs. Next one will take it flush, so I'll have to put a cap on. I was hoping to do it in 3, but c'est la vie. So, I mean, it's a pest having to keep doing these restrikes, but actually what I do, just go like that. That just seems to do it, well, for me anyway. I know it's a bit of a nuisance, but helps. So I've done the passes, and I've done two passes now, and I'm going to go another pass to take it flush, and then a cap and run. So I've still got another 2 passes to go. I've got this all day. How many rods I've actually used? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, and that one makes 30. So 30 rods. I think there's 50 in the packet, so I'm going to need another box at least. Okay, so I have I've been coming down in the week. I've done 2 fill-in passes. I've got 2 fill-in passes to go, and then 4 cap and runs, but I've only got 8 rods left. I have ordered some more, but they're not here, which is a nuisance, so I'll have to do something else, but I'm going to try and get that through hole welded in, and also let's start on doing the hole for the hatch mechanism. I will show the hatch mechanism on the CAD. So I've only got 3 rods left, but I have started on my cap and run finally. So I'm nearly there now. Got a couple of little stumps left. I might just be able to finish. We've only got this little bit to do. Might just be able to finish. Right on the wrong edge. Just got it, I think. I'll just use this last stump just to go back over that bit where it's just a bit thin on the ground. So I have managed to finish at least 1 cap run. So that was 1 fill and run, 1 cap run. So I've got 1 fill and run, 3 cap runs to go, but I'm out of rods. Thankfully, I'm sort of getting a bit fed up with this. So I've done with quite a bit of faffing about. I've managed to, I think I've marked the centre. First of all, I tried to do it with a sort of divider type thing, but now I've got it. So that is that's 335. 335, yeah, 335, so it's 335 all the way around, so happy now that that is the centre. So I'm going to drill a hole in and tackle it from the other side. Right, so there's no excuse. I've got to either get on with that next barrel penetrator or carry on welding this thing in. So I think I'm going to do that. Guess it needs doing. Right, so I've just tacked this in, and what I've done is I've just put a couple of clamp bracket things on the inside just to hold this top on really hard. Now it might just help because I don't want this to twist or anything, so hopefully it shouldn't do. It's pretty thick, but no point risking it. So I started on making another barrel penetrator and it was all going okay, and then I don't know what I did wrong. Focus. For some reason I just got there, just about see it. I got a load of chatter on the O-ring groove. I don't know what I did different. I mean, this isn't damaged, it's brand new, it's on center. I did it at 350, but it chattered really badly and it just totally wrecked it. So I just sort of buffooned around practicing doing O-ring grooves, and I just couldn't get one to go without it squealing like hell. I have to have a think about what I was doing wrong there. So I'm going to give up for today, and that piece is scrap. In fact, I better make a note of these. I feel as if I ought to probably get some more. Haven't quite finished drawing this up yet, but you can see I've done this particular bracket design. Brackets are a lot closer to the hatch ring than they are on the K350, so that you don't get as much leverage on the joint. I always felt that on the K350 at this point here you've got a lot of leverage there. I feel as if these brackets aren't very strong, so I've beefed these up, and this is the mechanism that I've gone for, which is this sort of, I don't know, latching thing. So you can see in the hatch drawing here, as you turn the handle from either outside or inside, there'll be a handle on here, I haven't drawn it. These things will push under and go under the strike plates, which I haven't put in yet, but they're going under there. But that's the basic idea. And I bought a new plastic box. I did fix the compressor actually, which turned out to be this relief valve that wasn't working properly. I was surprised about that, so I bought this pressure sensor switch as well, which is what I thought it was going to be, because this is mechanical, and I just thought, well, surely it's not this, but anyway, that's what it was. So changed that and it's been fine. Put all these fittings in. You know, you've got to take these small wins on a day when you feel as if you haven't made much progress. It's that stupid sticker.